So this will probably be next to my last video. Um, it's just been bothering me because I know what I was told in the house when I had later moved down there with Mary. And the deal was that I was supposed to stay to be able to go home. The Father would forgive me of all my sins, da 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 da. And the early part of that, me and Mary had our cards read by one of her fellow subscribers who called herself Artemis. And then she called me Electra. Well, uh, Electra is Amber. And Amber, I later found out, was this evil self that Mary had seen. So as time and everything goes by, I thought everybody, everything was good, everybody was okay, and then we had the conversation. She read our cards, and then it started going out of whack. The cards that she were pulling pertained to the situation, but there was things that she had said that had alarmed me. For one, you do cards that alarm me, because I automatically see that as along the lines of enchantment, sorcery, witchcraft, etc. Um, Number two, you basically told me everything about who I was because you had said that we were meant for two different paths, and that you know I had fighting thundering powers and different things like that. And she started telling me, I wouldn't want to make you angry, this and that. You're a soft soul, you're a rainbow child, but this is why I'd rather be judged by you than to be judged by Mary. All her words were, she said, you knew who the real enemy was, that would be afraid of you, but I'd rather be judged by you than Mary. And I'm like, automatically I see that as the enemy. So as time goes by, Mary starts explaining, hey, Yahuwah said you're doing this, you're doing that, you need to repent. And then I find out who I'm supposed to be, which is supposed to be her rival. Keeping in mind that I was also told that my feelings and all that loveliness, emotions, was coming from elsewhere. Now, anytime you hear that, that's like the devil and souls doing witchcraft. Well, as time goes by, Mary starts to explain that, you know, hey, you're in competition with me. She asked me, like, they try to have you, compete without not knowing it, trying to have you here double-minded against the Most High. I'm like, yeah, and I don't feel good about that. Because I'm like, out of everything that y'all done told me too, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the confidence. I don't feel good about being here anymore because it's like I'm a hazard to y'all. And as time goes by, she's protecting me from basically being overtaken by darkness. Different souls from marrying me, different souls from basically, like I said, overtaking me and Amber. Well, this thing about it is that we had left the house, and then as we were traveling, the issues got more deep, and then it started to become overwhelming for everybody, not only me and Mary, but for the children too. And then it's like later on, it's like, okay, you're in love with my husband. And I'm like, I know I'm getting thoughts and feelings, and some of the thoughts that I would be getting, I'm like, this can't be me talking, but they will come back and repeat and say, where are these thoughts coming from? Especially Mary, because she was worried. She's like, you're supposed to be here for me, and you're not supposed to be here for my husband or my mountain or this or that. He wasn't going to save you. Your loyalty's supposed to be to me. And I said, I understand, but, still thinking about what was said, how do I explain that and keep explaining that to Mary? And so then, to make a long story short, um, Artemis had told me that I was a lecturer, right? Okay, well, later on, we come to find out that my evil self is supposed to be a witch, and we later find out her name. Well, her name is Amber, and Amber means lecturer. So now I'm here because At first, everybody said they knew that it was the evil self doing the witchcraft. Because I'm like, how am I here in one state and y'all saying that my evil self is doing witchcraft on your house in another state? And then it got to the point to where it's like, no, she ain't doing it, it's you. And I'm like, I don't know any witchcraft, you know. And then I'm having dreams of turning into things. And so, to make a long story short, when we were at the last place, the last hotel together, she left because she said, I can't do it anymore. And they said that I cut her hair, I put poop in her shoes. I'm just like, when did I do this? I don't know. And she said that she seen me looking at the sun. And I'm like, when was I looking at the sun? I'm walking around everywhere with the hair rag. And so after a while, it was like, she just couldn't do it anymore. And I understand. So when I'm traveling and then I finally get home and I do more research, I'm putting more stuff together and I'm talking to more people about it, and everybody agrees on one thing, that when the cards were read upon me and Mary, that basically that, I don't want to say cursed us, but that she did that, Artemis. And so now it's coming to me to like put together that all the spirits and everything, because Yahoo had already explained that if I had never came, they'd be home already. But because I had came, Yahoo said he did want me there at the mountain. Well, then everybody turned against me because they're like, it's you. And so I'm putting together that I know what she was saying when my feelings were coming from elsewhere and everything is because of all the spirits and everything that were trying to get me. And, my evil self, that's it right there. All of them doing the spells and everything. And it's crazy because I had a dream that I saw Amber in the castle. She was doing spells, but I couldn't do no magic. And I couldn't use the keys that were in the castle so that I could take the keys and find the room where the spell book was, because they said something about a spell book, the children and Mary did. I was going to try and destroy it, but it turns out I couldn't even use the keys in the castle. So it's like, what's going on? And basically is they turned me and Mary against each other. But Artemis, when I looked up Artemis, Artemis is goddess of the moon. And it might be that Maggie looking figure that she kept seeing in her third eye. It just plays back. Why would Artemis say she'd rather be judged by me than Mary? And they probably don't even know. Yahoo probably don't even know. But it aches me because it's like, why should I be destroyed for something when I really tried to come home? But apparently everybody used me as a little rabbit, and looks to me like they're getting away with it.